What's up, guys? We're here. Welcome back to the channel. Today, this is the end of day one of the brand new league and playing my Blood Mage Arc build. So I wanted to kind of, guys, give you an update at the end of day one and just kind of show you guys where I'm at and just kind of what I'm doing with the build and some suggestions. I have a full POB for you guys that's going to be down in the description below. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me down in there. So first and foremost, we're talking about Blood Mage Arc. When I first started putting this together, this was great. The ideas were fantastic, and we just kind of flowing. So first things first, I did switch over to Arc as soon as I could at level 5, as soon as we beat the Butcher in Act 1. And it's been a little bit of a, a difference maker as opposed to playing like Essence Drain and Contagion. So first things first, let's go ahead and get into this. This is the passive tree that we're kind of going into. The gear itself is really just going along the way. Through the campaign, it's been really easy and really fun. The biggest thing is with Arc right now, it lacks a little bit of single target damage, but I think we'll be figuring that out once we get some more passive points here. But we were lucky to get this Voltalic Staff with the extra hit on spell damage and the plus to all lightning spells, which is really, really nice. Oh, we got to follow. Holy crap. All the rest of the gear is pretty straightforward. Life, energy shield, resistances, those things. The main thing is just life and resistances. If you get more energy shield, then you're great. You're good to go. Movement speed on the boots is fantastic. Any kind of resistance, mana, etc. on the gear pieces is great. Try to get life absolutely everywhere. So as far as the gear, the weapon's the most important. I have a staff. You can do wand and offhand. So we do have a wand here with like +2 to all level of lightning spells, which I would really like to use. I just don't have the spell damage. I don't really have an offhand that is strong enough to complement this, so I can have a little bit more attack speed, or at least it feels that way. But the +2 with that amount of spell damage is just really, really strong. I did end up finding a level 3 to all lightning spells, but we have no spell damage here. So I don't think that this would actually offset anything. So if we go in here and go to Arc, 278. Oh, we actually gain damage because of the plus to level. So maybe we'll use this instead. Maybe we'll Exalt Slam it and just go from there. But that's really cool. But yeah, guys, it really just comes down to your weapon. All right. Next, after the gear, because that is pretty straightforward, you just want to get plus to all lightning spells or all spells, etc. And then you just want to find just mana, or excuse me, life, and then resistances here. Now let's go ahead and get into the skill gems. So of course we started off with Contagion and Essence Drain. So when you are starting this build, you definitely want to start with Contagion and Essence Drain until you almost beat Act 1, and then you get your level 5 skill gem, which will give you access to Arc. Now, I have switched over to Arc, and in my honest opinion, I will probably say that Arc is probably not a very good leveling skill through the campaign. We've been able to manage it and be fine because I think of the weapon that we found here, these two weapons, and it's been fine, right? We lack a little bit of single target damage, so when we're fighting bosses, it does take a little bit longer than what Essence Drain would be able to give us, but it's been okay. I would still advise anybody who is interested in playing this build to do Essence Drain and Contagion through the campaign, and when we get into Act 4, through the interludes and stuff like that, maybe switch over to Arc once we have enough damage. With that said, though, Contagion and Essence Drain, on Contagion and Essence Drain, you're going to want, where is it? These are not in here. Fantastic. Okay, so on Contagion and Essence Drain, I do have them in the POB, which is great. So in our skills here, when you first start, you got Contagion will have Unleash and then Arcane Tempo, which is now faster casting. The POB hasn't updated the skills for some reason, which is weird, but we got the passive tree. On Essence Drain, you want Swift Affliction and Chain, and these will be the main additions and supports to the skills that you'll need through pretty much the entire campaign. Once you get your first Lesser Jewel Orb and you throw it on Essence Drain, then you're going to add in, I believe it's Controlled Destruction. You'll add in Controlled Destruction for even more damage, and then you're good to go. It's pretty straightforward for the build. That's it. You're good to go. In the passive tree here, guys, I have a tree here down here on all these trees. I got 1 to 5 all the way through, and then I have the switch to Arc here. So if you guys want to switch over to Arc, I have the passive tree for that as well. So, but I do have this all filled out, guys, as you're going through. So you'll have every step of the way figured out and you'll be good to go all the way through. This is Contagion all the way through. This is going to take you close to 60. After that, we're pretty much going to be like coming over and grabbing some more like spell damage nodes and stuff like that. But this is pretty much the base. After that, you can kind of just do what you want. However, if you do want to switch over to Arc, like I did right away, the passive tree is going to change. Okay, we do want to respec out of these nodes here, and then we're going to come over this way for the attack speed, and we want to come up this way. Now, in my passive tree in game, I just have not had the money because I had to respec, so I only got 7,500, but I'm still going to be taking these nodes away, coming up for the additional cast speed because you really need it with Arc, and then coming up this way. I don't think I have enough points because I think it's like 7. How much is it to redo 7 points? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, I mean, I'd be close, but I wouldn't have enough to get the rest of this. So I probably need, how much is that? It's like 3,000. Maybe we can do it and swap it, but I'll leave it as is for now. But we are going to be coming over here because we definitely want these cast speed nodes. So you want to come this way. We want to come over here. Even in the initial switch, I got to put these over here because this is what I have. Boom. Get rid of these. Good to go. Hit save. And we're going to come up. Now, the main reason that we're going this way as opposed to anything else is because we want the spell damage nodes. Even though the reduced cast speed, we get a little bit of defenses here with pure energy as well as dampening shield. But we're coming over here for Echoing Thunder, which is going to give us a huge amount of elemental damage when we shock, which should be pretty much all the time. Then we are going to be getting the Psychic Fragmentation. All of these notes here are going to give us a chance to fire 2 additional projectiles. Arc now has the projectile tag, so this is where we're going to have a chance to do a lot of extra damage. So we got 4, 4, 6, 6, so that's 20 plus 12 more, which is 32% chance for the spell to fire 2 additional projectiles, which is pretty good. And then eventually we're going to be coming up here. We're going to come up here. We're going to get a little bit of Lightning Pen, which is great. And along low mana, some Lightning Pen. Then we're going to come over and take our Branching Bolts, so that way they chain. Then we're also going to get Lightning Quick for more spell damage and attack speed, or excuse me, lightning damage and attack speed through here. Then we're also taking the Shock Chance with Drenched for even more Shock Chance and extra cold damage. Then we're going to come up and we're grabbing, again, spell damage and projectile speed, more spell damage. And then here is where things make it really sweet when I finally get up there. Chance to fire additional 2 additional projectiles. So we got 6, 12, 18 plus another, so it's 18% and then more spell damage. We get a little bit reduced proj speed on the Arc, but that's fine, no big deal. Then of course we're going to come over and grab Potent Barrier for even more energy shield, because you should be an ES base. And then we're, of course, eventually we grab Pure Power. Pure Power isn't the best through the campaign because you're not going to have a crap ton of mana. But this is where we're at initially. Now, I still want to get over to, like, we still would love to do Eldritch Battery here for all mana, which will eventually help out Pure Power. But that's going to be more towards the end game once we get some really good gear. But this is the tree that we have, guys. This is what we have. Now, again, you can keep the additional spell damage here if you really wanted to, and keep the additional crit chance for spells. The physical damage doesn't really do anything for you, but if you want to keep this, you definitely can for the additional spell damage and just go this way. But I think the cast speed as well as just the extra layer of defenses is going to be really great for your build through here. Now, in the skills, Arc, when you first get it, man, that was rough when you first get it. When you first get Arc, you will not have access to Lightning Pen. So what you're going to do first is you're going to do the increased Arcane Tempo, which is increased cast speed, as well as Control Destruction. Okay, we're going to do this first, and then when we get our first level 2 skill gem, then we're going to do Lightning Pen, and then this is pretty much what we're doing through the entire time. Now, there is a swap that we're going to do, which is Unleashed. So I'm going to give it up to you guys. You can pick. You either do Control Destruction, or you can do Unleash. I have Unleash with Arcane Tempo or the faster casting, as well as Lightning Pen, and this feels very, very good. So this is where we're at for this. Orb of Storms here with Persistence and Overabundance. However, we are changing, I think, what do I have in here? I think I have one more thing here in Orb of Storms, which is Control Destruction as well as Living Lightning. So we have, I don't know if it's in here. Yeah, they don't have living lightning in here. I wish I could put this in here, but it's fine. And then we have controlled destruction for even more damage. So through here, what I would tell you to do is persistence when you first get it with controlled destruction, and then do living energy or living lightning, because this is really, really fun. I really enjoy this, and this is kind of where we're at. We're also going to be adding in, what is it? Convalescence. Convalescence here. Boom. Which is just a nice defensive layer, which is going to be great for your build. But let's go ahead and go in here, and I'll get a little bit of a showcase on what we can do here. So let's go ahead and go to the Jungle Ruins. This build has been really fun amongst the struggles. We clear really, really well. So we drop down lightning orb of storms. We get our lightning remnants, and we just cast through everything. Oop. Oop. This guy is really strong. So you can kind of see that we do struggle a little bit on single target damage. Like, it struggles on like some of these elites, and like we just don't deal enough damage yet with arc. So if you guys do have any suggestions for me, we're still trying to get there for arc. But I mean, we get there, like we do enough to like fight these guys, but it's not as good as I would say Essence Drain and Essence ED and Contagion. So but for the meantime, it works fine. Like it works. We clear really well. And then even as a Blood Mage, initially, yes, we did go Blood Mage first because I wanted to commit to that instead of doing Lich and having to respec later. And so far, it's been fine. Like the life and the remnants with the change to life remnants on hit, and then whenever we kill a target, having a chance to get one when we kill a target has been great. Haven't had too many issues there. Now, the living remnants that I want to show you guys, it's all these little lightnings that summon from Orb of Storms that are just attacking as we continue to fight, which is really cool. I really want to get the extra lightning damage or light spell damage on my... Whoa, 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 whoa. Good sir. Good sir. Good sir. There we go. Nice. But we haven't had too many issues with the build, so... You can see that, like, unleash and clear. We clear very well. It's the single target damage that we're struggling with on this build so far. So, again, if you don't want to kind of have that kind of issue right away, then definitely stay with Essence Drain and Contagion. Otherwise, if you want to switch over to Arc, you are good to go and you'll be just fine. Also, if you are going to stay Contagion and Essence Drain, then I would 100% go Lich instead of Blood Mage. Just because Lich just complements that way better. But man, so far I just haven't had... Like, it's been fun to really test this through the campaign. But in the end game, I would definitely switch, guys. So, yeah, that is Arc. This is the end of day one. We're in Act 3. And we're just kind of blasting along here. But this is what I have, guys. I think it's going to come together once we can get some nodes here. And kind of move up and grab some more spell damage and chance for additional projectiles. And just be able to clear the screen. But so far, I like it. So yeah, guys, like the video, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. And as always, stay gaming. I'll see you guys in day 2. Peace.